Hey, it's me, the Mama NP. Thanks for stopping by my channel. In today's video, I thought I would talk about my top 10 recommendations for newborn items. This includes some kind of intangible items as well as things you can actually get from a store. So without further ado, let's get started. So in no particular order, my first item on the list is some type of a baby wrap. When my daughter was really little, I liked to use either the Moby or the Boba wrap. And between the two, I personally liked the Boba a little bit more. I felt like it was more supportive and easier to put on, but both of them work fine. I know that there's like a big following for baby wearing in general, and there's a lot of benefits to it too. You can start baby wearing right away after the baby's born, assuming that baby wasn't born prematurely. So having the ability to wear her around the house and, you know, have a lot of skin-to-skin contact. I took her on walks with it. It was really nice and cozy for just like around the house kind of stuff, especially in those really early days. I strongly recommend getting some kind of a baby wrap. There's lots of brands out there. The ones that I liked the most were the Moby and the Boba. I really wanted to try a Solly wrap, but I was not able to get my hands on one. So let me know in the comments if you have a Solly and how you've liked it compared to some of the others if you've tried them. Another item that I think is an absolute must for the newborn time is some kind of a swing like the one I have behind me here. I have this one, and then I also tried out I think it's a Graco swing that has like a bouncer seat that you can remove. Both of them have been like super great for a few minutes of hands-free time. My baby's really entertained by like the little mobile that spins around and the little hanging teddy bears that she can look at. It's also really soothing because it swings back and forth. Some of them have like vibrating components too. They play music. It just gives her like a different type of interaction where she can be like not being carried, but also still close to me. The next item would be some kind of a swaddle. I know some parents are really particular about using like the blanket swaddles, which can be great, but I'm really terrible at tying those. So I personally liked the zip-up ones. I think the Halo swaddle sacks, that's the one. The Halo swaddle sacks were really great because it was easy to put on, and I also really liked the arms up. I forget what it's called. The arms up swaddle she also really liked. They're really great to help prevent the newborn startle reflex. So when baby is in light sleep, they're kind of moving around a little bit more. Sometimes you might even mistake them for being awake. And they can easily startle themselves out of that light sleep and completely wake up. So using the swaddles definitely helped my baby to sleep a little bit better, nap a little bit longer, and wake up a little bit more rested. Another item I totally recommend is the Kikaroo changing mat. This item I was really lucky to be gifted because I think it runs around like 120 bucks. So a little expensive for a changing mat. If I had had to buy one on my own, I might have gone with something a little bit cheaper, a little bit more standard. But since I was lucky enough to get the Kikaroo, I have been really happy with, you know, everything about it, from the way it's shaped to its size and how easy it is to wipe off. When I first started using it, my baby seemed like she would never get big enough to use the whole thing, but now that she's almost 4.5 months old, she stretches from like the entire end to end. So even though it seems really big in the newborn stage, just wait, they are going to grow into it. Another item that I thought was really useful to me in particular during the early stages of newborn was a Himalayan salt lamp. Now, this sounds like kind of a random item to have on a newborn list, but the one I have kind of has a nice soft amber, yellow, orangey glow to it. I used this a lot when we were staying up for several hours each night because it was a soft, warm light instead of like having a regular light on or, you know, anything like a phone light that has like more blue to it. I thought this was great. It was really pretty and it was super functional for when we needed it. And I've heard that Himalayan salt salt lamps can like kind of purify the air. They're an aesthetic thing. So it was nice to have. I wouldn't say a Himalayan salt lamp is a total necessity, but some kind of soft, warm light that's not going to be startling in those, early morning weeks or, middle of the night feeds where you need to have some kind of light, but not enough to startle baby awake. My next item that I thought was really useful, at least for a short period of time, is kind of a two-part. So my baby was pretty gassy and she had some reflux, especially in the early days. So gripe water was really surprisingly helpful. I had never had any experience with gripe water before. I never tried it with my first, but it's pretty inexpensive. It's like $8 or $10 for a full bottle, and it works really fast. So she'd be like really fussy and kind of squirming around and grunting a lot, and I'd give her, the smallest dose of gripe water, and within a few minutes she had settled down, she was more calm, she was spitting up less. The only thing to keep in mind with gripe water is that it doesn't mix well with breast milk. I'm not sure about formula, so I'd have to check the packaging on that, but it can make breast milk kind of like curdle, and then they're spitting up even more, so you definitely want to time when you're using it. But the other part to, how I helped to manage her gassiness and fussiness was the Frida Baby, I think they're called Windies. They're these little plastic tubes that you gently insert into baby's bottom, and it helps to release any gas, and most of the time it also releases some poop. So that actually did a lot to help her tummy issues, and I haven't had to use one in a really long time now, but it was great while we needed it. So gripe water and Windy by Frida Baby. Those are definite musts. Another item, relatively intangible item, that was super helpful, that I even continue to use now, is the Huckleberry app. There's a whole number of different tracking apps that you can use to look at, baby sleep and feeding times and diapers, and I think it also includes if you give them any medicine and activities and pumping time. It's kind of all inclusive. What I primarily use it for now is for sleeping, but in the early days I used it to track everything. I tracked all of her diapers, I tracked all of her feeds, and this was useful especially in the early days when I was reporting to her doctor about how many wet diapers she was having in a day and that kind of thing. I don't feel like I need to track that nearly as specifically anymore, but it's still really great for tracking sleep. My next item is one that I've previously mentioned, but it's nursing clothes. And this time I really want to highlight nursing hoodies. I have a couple from Latched Mama. I got a couple on Amazon. They're really convenient. I especially loved these particular items of clothing because my baby was born in the winter time. So it was, cold, chilly in the house, and this allowed me to still stay bundled up myself and have easy access for breastfeeding. Plus they're kind of cute, and I'm a hoodie kind of girl anyways, so it was great. I love them. I'm going to use them forever. The next item is I don't really know what you would call it. I guess it's some kind of a car toy, and I will definitely link in the description the one that I got. But basically it's like a little picture, and it has some little toy things that hang down from it, and it's reversible. It changes sides. One side is high contrast pictures, and the other side is more pastel-y kind of colors. And what this does is for babies who either get really bored in the car or don't like being in the car, it offers a great kind of distraction. It hangs down on the back part of the seat where baby's facing, so she can look at it the whole time she's in the car. The reason why I got this was, as you can probably imagine, is that my baby really, really didn't like being in the car for the first few weeks. Every time I put her in the car seat, she would cry, and it would just escalate when we were driving around. After making sure, she was fitted properly in the car seat and nothing was pinching, she was as comfortable as I could make her, she just didn't like being in the car. I think maybe she was bored, I don't know. But once I got this thing put up, it really helped distract her. And now, thankfully, car rides aren't much of an issue, but we still have it up. She still likes to play with the little toys that hang down. So I would definitely recommend this, especially for anybody whose baby struggles with car rides or doesn't like being in the car seat. This offers great distraction. The last item on my list is the Kibu diaper bag. I saw this initially on Instagram. I was really intrigued by it. It's basically for lack of a better explanation. It's basically a fanny pack. It has a built-in wet pocket, so you can stuff in some baby wipes to keep them wet. It has a built-in changing pad, and it's got plenty of space in the main compartment for things like your wallet, diapers, pacifier, keys, all of the necessary things that you would normally cart around in a big backpack or regular size diaper bag. Obviously, it's not as big as a diaper bag for quick runs into the store where there's not necessarily going to be enough time for a big disaster to happen where you need to have access to everything, or to run a quick errand, or even just like to go for a walk. This is really nice to just be able to grab and run with without having to carry something big along with the stroller or along with the baby carrier, like your hands aren't already full enough. So definitely really love my Kibu. I plan to use it for a long time. I still use my regular diaper bag as well, especially for like longer excursions, going to the farmer's market or going grocery shopping for a long period of time. But having this as an option has been really convenient, and I think they're really cute too, so that's a plus. So that was my top 10 recommendations for newborn items. Let me know in the comments what you think and if you have any other suggestions. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm at themama_NP. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye! The last item on my list, and again, this is in no particular order, is the last item on my list, which again is in no particular order, is the Kibu Baby... What's it called? It's not a car seat. The last item on my list is the Kibu Baby... Wow, diaper bag. Okay, there we go.